We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Hello, Merry Christmas Eve to all, and to all, not quite a good night. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. This is your Stoke v Leeds preview. Wanted to get a quick video out before I went to bed. Just laid all the kids' presents out with the missus. Hey, Elizabeth, thanks for that. Can't find remote, so you might as well tune in here, haven't you? So yeah, big game on Boxing Day. I say big game. It should be a routine win for Leeds United. Stoke away, controversial sort of game for everyone. It's that meme, isn't it? Can you win on a windy, cold Tuesday night in Stoke? It's a Thursday night, but hopefully we can prevail and get the 3 points we've been really wanting to do. Richard, I'll also be saying, what are you doing here on Christmas Eve? Well, kids are in bed, mate. We've just laid out presents out, all done and dusted. Just thought I'd jump on before I go to bed. Merry Christmas to you, Elizabeth, and the kids. Thank you so much, Danny, mate. Got to get a preview out, mate. I get stressed if I fall short on what I need to do. Preview, review, final pint for every game. So I need to do it. So I had to look into Stoke a little bit more today before I did the video. But yeah, touching on Stoke, they've not won in 8. They've not won since Blackburn on the 6th of November. They beat Blackburn away, which at the time was a really good result. I think they were back-to-back wins. Yeah, they beat Derby at home and then Blackburn away, which is, you know, at the time, really good results for them. But since then, no winning 8, which is ridiculous for them. I was watching a little bit of their content on YouTube earlier, and the Stoke fans are really, really, down about the manager. They wanted him sacked 3 games ago. They definitely thought after the last performance they were going to pull the trigger. They haven't. They've got Leeds on Boxing Day, and then on 29th they've got Sunderland. So I would expect these to be the straws that break the camel's back, if I'm honest. Leeds and Sunderland in quick succession. I don't expect them to win either of them games. I expect there to be a sacking just after Christmas for them, which, isn't great. But it's a game that Leeds United should go full of confidence. It's just that away form, which we'll touch on, which we touch on every single video. Get some comments. Matty, you should be helping the wife with the presents. Mate, they're done. Danny, they're done. If you could see the absolute massacre of presents that literally every inch of my house is covered in. Overdone it this year. Overdone it. We've got absolutely loads to look forward to. We've just done Santa duties. Stockings are out. Mince pies half-eaten. Milk's drunk. And, yeah, it's all sat waiting now. Done all that good stuff. And now, yeah, I want to jump on here and do a bit. But can't wait for morning, guys. Can't wait. In the middle of feeding the dogs, we have 10 for Christmas dinner tomorrow. Merry Christmas to you, Matty, your wife, and the children. Hope Santa brings them up there. Thanks, Richard, mate. It means a lot. Yeah, trust me, he has. He has. I've had my screwdriver out already. I've got packs and packs of batteries on waiting. Yeah, plenty of building up and stuff to sort tomorrow. I don't envy you, mate, having 10 for Christmas dinner. Luckily, we're going to Elizabeth's friends for dinner, so that'll be good. We are actually entertaining here. We'll be going there for an afternoon, which, yeah, I don't even mind washing up in someone else's house. It's better than doing it yourself, isn't it? Give us down here. Elizabeth, Merry Christmas, Richard. Your Christmas sounds busy, and the idea of a perfect Christmas surrounded by loved ones. Yeah, perfect. Who's doing the cooking? For us, it's our lass's friend Gillian, and our lass probably. I'll entertain the kids because I am a clown. But yeah, so like I say, the Stoke fans that have been watching their content on YouTube today, not happy in the slightest. They all expected a sacking after the Sheffield Wednesday game. I'm just going to bring up their. Wait 1 second. I like doing this. Share screen. Absolutely. I love being able to do this now. So yeah, when you look at their form, absolutely atrocious. Like, just so bad. 1 draw in the last 5, averaging 1 point per game, which is relegation form. The home form, 1-1 in the last 5. Honestly, they're just absolutely diabolical at the minute. They just can't seem to string any form, and not even really. Even what I've heard today, it's not even a case of they look like getting points, just performances. Sometimes you've just got to get your performance right first, and points will come after. They're just so poor. Like they've got some, they've got some decent players. Like look, they've got Tom Cannon, hell of a player. I'd have had him at Leeds at one point. Tom Cannon, they're just not scoring enough goals. They can't keep a clean sheet, which is obviously part of it. I just want to check on their players, actually, something I've not done yet. Yeah, Tom Cannon, I knew he would be. I knew he'd be their top scorer. Tom Cannon with 8, Andrew Moran with 3, Lewis Koumas, who went a bad player, with 3, Ben Gibson, Ben Gibson, the most championship player, probably. It's just a Stoke player, isn't it? Ben Gibson, just a big shit house at back. Lyndon Gooch. They have got some players in there who are all right for this division, but like I say, they're just well out of form. They don't they don't fancy the manager at all currently. Any of their fans want him sacked, and that it's just not ideal at all. They were saying this is the worst squad, the worst manager they've had in 7 years since 2018, and I believe it, to be fair. And with Leeds United and Sunderland coming to town, it's pretty much going to be a routine. I think for Leeds this game, I'm gonna totally eradicate that away form on this one and just say I expect Leeds to win, and I think we will win. I've tipped a 2-0. No, we are lucky. Look at them, man. Nah, we won't. Not this time, mate. Not this time. Perfect Christmas for Stoke. Hopefully not. No, it's not going to happen this time. 100% not going to happen. We're absolutely fine with this one. Let me just get that thingy back. There we go. But no, I'm interested to see what lineup's going to be. Touched on it yesterday on the final pint. I'm hoping it goes with Joseph in this one. I'd like to see a lineup of Melier, Byram at left back. I'm hoping Strauch and Rodon are back in centre half with Bogle at right back. I wouldn't change the wingers. I would go with Solomon and James, Rothwell, Tanaka, Aronson probably in the 10, and Joseph up top with Pirro coming on. It's always a contentious discussion with me and Aronson in it, but yeah, we need to go out flying and get that opening goal. The opening goal is going to be vital in this game. Could the way they play hamper us having maybe Aronson in there away from home if they play over low block, which I expect they will do. But you never know. The manager doesn't look cost. They've got no to lose. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Ampadu, mate. No Ampadu. No, and not if Strauch's fit for me. I think Ampadu starts going forward. I do, but if Strauch's fit, I wouldn't risk Ampadu back-to-back games coming back from injury, Richard. But if Strauch isn't fully fit, I wouldn't be against Ampadu playing. He's a fit individual. He's getting back to match sharpness. He played very well overnight. That'd be my only 2 changes would be at top and at centre half if Strauch's fit. I think Strauch should come back in, but honestly, I couldn't call it. He didn't really give much away in press conference regarding Strauch, did he, or Ampadu? Just a sort of no injuries. He said Rodon had a cut on his head, but I expect him to play. So yeah, outside that, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if he goes totally unchanged. I'm expecting changes for Derby though. I think he might reward this team that played against Oxford a chance to go change that away form in this game. Like I say, with Derby potentially being some change, I don't think you can drop Solomon and James or rotate Tom and James in this as long as they're fully fit and put their hand up, considering what we just saw at Oxford. But I don't think they'll play game after game when we've got 4 games in the next 9 days after Boxing Day. So I think there will be some rotation, but I think he'll keep the same side. Outside, maybe a force one with Strauch and Ampadu, potentially changing that forward as well, just to freshen that up. I think outside that, he won't do too many wholesale changes, but I think at Derby, you might see both wingers come out and Ramazani and Nonto maybe come in. You could see Ampadu come back into fold in a sort of a full-time basis in that midfield. And if he doesn't change, the strikers in this one, he could easily do that for Derby. So I think Derby will be the wholesale change. I think this will be a slight tweak of what we saw at Oxford. In the short presser, he didn't mention his Strauch was done. No, he didn't, mate. No. But like I say, he was on the bench for the Oxford game, which I know in a great barometer to go off because Oxford are the best, and he didn't come on and he was on the bench, yeah, but you wouldn't really want to have anyone on your bench really who's not fit. So I think it would touch and go for that. But a few more days past that game, I think if Strauch's fit, he'll go Strauch. But again, honestly, there's so many positions in this team where I aren't really asked. If Nonto starts his out of form, if Nonto started over Solomon, I aren't going to cry about it. If he has a good game, he'll be effective. If Ampadu started over Rothwell, you know, it's not ideal. I'd rather Rothwell play, but I ain't going to cry about it. It's still a decent player. Same up top with Joseph and Joseph and Pirro. There's so many players in this side, but it's just what you fancy and depending on game maybe. But I don't really think you can go wrong with a lot of players, because if it's not working after 65, 70 minutes, you bring someone else like 10. He tends to come good in end anyway, because our subs usually come on and make a difference. Hey up easy, Merry Christmas, my mate. Hi Matty. We need to do both. Win away games. Our squad is deeper than anyone else's, so I don't want to see tired players on the pitch. No, I don't. I agree. There's no need, is there, this year? Easy. There's literally no need. We saw it last year. We had players who were burning candle at both ends, really, and it didn't feel like he didn't trust his bench last year. He didn't trust his squad. I don't know about you, Easy, but last year I said he should have been playing. You know, there were players he should be playing. He should have given Anthony more minutes. Should give Joe's more minutes. Maybe we're right not to. We'll never know. This season, there's no excuses for that. Like I said, I don't think there'll be wholesale change in this one, but I expect more for Derby. But he could surprise us. You know, a lot of games coming up thick and fast. He needs to get it right, though, Easy. He needs to get it right, and I know you'll be looking through a very close lens. He needs to get it right. It's 3 away games in 4 now. There needs to be a bit of rotation there. There needs to be a different plan there. It'll be interesting to see how we line up. Because I expect Stoke to not offer much, but be very, very disciplined. If the manager's going to be going after this game, I'm telling you now. If not this, the Sunderland game is going. The next few games, after everything I've heard and read today from the Stoke side, this guy's on borrowed time. They can't believe he's still in a job now. Nobody wants him in. I say it's the worst side, Stoke side they've had in 8 years. They're very poor. They're going one way, and they all think they get relegated now. They all think they're in a relegation battle. So, has he lost the dressing room? Will the players give up already? That'll be interesting to see. Or are they going to be galvanised? Are they going to fight for him, knowing that they try to save the manager's job? But by all accounts, they're not playing for him now, and they don't really fancy him. It looks like he's lost the dressing room, according to a few Stoke fans. So hopefully that's the case, and we can really put him to the sword. Because if it clicks for Leeds, you know, it's only a patch of grass at the end of the day. We can put 3 or 4 past people at home. If it clicks for us on his day, we can do that away from him. We just haven't seen it yet, really. You know, it happened at Swansea, we scored 4, but we conceded at the other end. We tighten that up, and you know, we can blow sides away regardless of where they are. It's just a mentality issue for me now that hopefully this side they just need binning off on Boxing Day, because these have nothing to offer. Currently, Stoke have nothing to offer. Yeah, they've got a decent player in Tom Cannon. It'd be our highest scorer if we're in this team. He's on 8 goals. He's such a poor side. It goes to show how good Tom Cannon is. I really rate him as a player. I think he's on loan from a Prem club. I'm not too sure who it is. But great option for them. Great player. Playing out of his skin in the side that, like, says, looking one way at a minute, and that's down. Richard Hogan, just think that Thursday is a type of game where we need Ampadu to give a bit of bite and plenty of. Yeah, 100%. He might even look at that, mate. He might even go with that. I've said all along that Ampadu's a sort of player away from home you'd want in there. I've seen a few people say he's a bit soft and he hasn't got much bite in chat in previous streams, but I have to disagree. I think he's a one player that has got bite. You know, he got injured flying in against Hannibal at one point. No, sorry, that wasn't the game he got injured, but I remember him getting injured in the game against Burnley when he flew into Hannibal. He flew into him twice and really went for it, took ball and all. And he's one of them. His blood and thunder is Ampadu, and sometimes you need that, especially away from home. You know, I really think he'd be a great option in these away games. But like I say, we've got 3 away games in 4, haven't we? So if not this game, you've got Derby, you've got your Hull. You know, these are still every game's massive now. It feels like every game's a must win, even though it isn't. And I won't lose my head if we lose this game. I won't lose my head. But it's one we need to be looking at winning and just getting this monkey off us back now once and for all. But yeah, it's a great point about Ampadu, that Richard. It really is. I can't disagree with you. It's just his fitness. Is he fit enough now to play these consecutive games when he's just come back? I mean, what a warrior that he's back so quick from such a layoff. You know, not many people can do that. It's credit to Ampadu's actual fitness, his professionalism, the way he is as a player. And Farker obviously loves him, and he's got no issue in throwing him in. So, be interesting to see. He's had Schmidt on bench whilst being fit and not used him. No, he has, mate. He has. I always feel like Schmidt has always been good for 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I have to agree with that. It's a good point. He hasn't been flying. He hasn't been 100% fit at any point, I don't think, or 100% match sharp. So yeah, potentially, mate, maybe Strauch's on there as an option, just to fill bench out and not actually in his mind to come on for any minutes. But I don't know. He hasn't really touched on him, you know, being too badly injured. So I think it was just one of them where precaution they kept him out of last game. But with Ampadu playing so well, he don't have to rush him back. But I don't think it was ever a major injury with Struijk anyway. But like I say, if Struijk's fit, 100% fit, I would bring Ampadu out of this one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So it's a conversation I didn't think we'd be having with him in playing in defence, because at the minute I don't think he's probably still got a bit of time before he replaces Rothwell or Tanaka for me, but or Aronson, as I'd prefer. We'll have to see, won't we? It was a world's shortest presser. Even journals didn't have enough time to think of any lame questions. No, they didn't, did they? No, they really didn't. It really was a short. I think about 8 minutes. I think it was in total. I don't know if that were edited, but the Leeds put out, I think it was 8 minutes long. They're really nothing to touch on, really, were there? Which is good for once. I could also see this being like Millwall game as well, and I remember how confident I was at that game. Yeah, it's like I said yesterday. They just need for me. They just need to come out and get that first goal. That first goal's massive. Let's be fair. If Stoke score first, we're probably all thinking, shit, it's a 1-0 loss. Or a 1-0 scrape of 1-1. We know they're just going to shithouse everything. I don't profess to watch every game, but I know Stoke can't really develop the game over the last 20 years. It's set pieces, the strong, the physical, long throw-ins. Rory Delap's not there no more, I'm sure, but they're just a physical side. Stoke. You know what you're going to get from them. They're not great on eye. They've had players in past like Shaqiri that they try turning that tag a little bit, but they're just a physical side of Stoke, and it's never easy going there, regardless of the form. It's down to Leeds now to show the golfing quality that we have on our side of things. When it comes to playing away, being in the dogfight, we've lacked in recent games away at teams like your Millwalls and stuff, and I expect it to be a similar game to that. Really dogged, really. I expect their Ben Gibson, their centre half, to be whoever's playing, whether it's Matteo Joseph or Pido up top. I expect them to be winning headers, putting pressure on them, just shithousing everything. To be fair, it's up to us now to have that, composure in front of goal when we get us chances. I think we'll have all the ball. I think they'll put 2 back to 4 in, and they'll try and take us as deep as they can. But hopefully for them being 0-0, and they'll hope to catch it on counter like teams do, or win a free kick or a corner. But Leeds just need to do what Leeds do at home, and there's no reason why they can't play like this away from home. It's some sort of mental block. I don't think it's major wholesale change in terms of tactics. I don't know what it is. Maybe Gil Avogan needs to do a team talk before they go out and spark some sort of reaction off them. I don't know what it is. For me, if you can't get up for a game on Boxing Day when you've had to leave your family at dinner time and travel to Stoke and stay over, and half your Christmas period's taken up by having to go to shitty Stoke, like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? You've got to go and win that game, make it worthwhile, make those memories with your family that have gone on Christmas because you've had to cut your Christmas short to go kick a fucking bit of leather around the field for 90 minutes. Make it go mean something. Let your family be proud of you. Go win this game. There's no reason to not win at Stoke. It's not a top side. It's not a team in form. These are in the gutter at the minute currently, in the absolute gutter. The manager is getting sacked after this game. He is. And I know people say this is game or two. No, we put a performance in, we win. We don't concede. We score first, and we grind this result out. And the manager is on the ropes. It's a game that Leeds need to go win. And for me, I don't bash Farker too much. I think when he deserves it, he needs a bit of stick. If he don't win this game, he'll be getting stick from me. He will. The players, the manager, as a collective, but he needs to go win this game. He needs to turn it around now. It's becoming too much of a thing now. Is this away form? And there's no reason why this Leeds side can't beat this Stoke side. There's no reason behind us not getting 3 points at all. For me, do you think that playing last on St Stephen's Day, Boxing Day, is an advantage for Leeds? I'm not sure. To be fair, you might not agree with this, Fergal, but I don't think right now at this stage of season they're looking at other results. I really don't. I know we do as fans. I mean, I personally aren't that bothered. I'll always have a look at the results and stuff, but honestly, I'm not bothered at the league table at all. I have to look at it to know what I'm talking about to a degree, even though I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just talk shit, but I waffle on. But I don't believe that. Oh, sorry, I don't believe that bothered. I really don't. I don't think Farker looks at it. I don't think the players look. Not right now. I think when you get down to the last 10 games, last 5 games, 100%. Whether you start, whether you can go top first, and everyone else has got to play after you. I understand that makes a factor in certain periods of season. I think this game, honestly, I just don't see why it'd matter. We're still so far away from season, ending, and we keep winning regardless if we play a day early, a day late, 4 hours later, 4 hours early. We keep winning, doing our thing. Eventually, we'll get that top spot, or we'll cement that second spot, and whatever anyone else does don't really matter. But no, it's a good point. I think at certain stage at season, Fergal, 100% it matters. I'm just not too sure right now if it does. If we play at and Burnley jumpers, and I don't think it matters too much right now. But 100% at certain periods of time it does, bud. In my opinion, anyway. Easy B. I don't think Farkas is used to having so many good players to choose from. Schmidt is obviously a good player, but isn't getting enough minutes. Aronson is not needed for every game, etc. Yeah, I know. I have to agree with that, mate. I think at Norwich he had some really good players, but I don't think that Norwich side, what in terms of depth, were out like this. Saying, I think Norwich had some. To be fair, I don't think any Championship sides had depth like this. If I'm honest, maybe I'm looking for rose-tinted glasses, and maybe I'm a bit biased. But there's been great, really good sides in this Championship. There's really good sides in it this year. A couple, Sheffield United, a really good 11. Burnley, probably got the best squad out apart from ourselves. Outside that, yeah, a lot of them are poor, lower down. But in terms of, there's been some good sides. There's been QPR, there's been Burnley a couple of years ago. Sheffield United, Norwich, there's been some really good sides over years. But 100%, mate, like, Farkas never had a squad with this much quality. And it's really hard to manage, isn't it? How do you keep everybody happy? It's got to keep rotating. I think, like I say, I think the wingers at the minute don't really need touching unless there's a fitness issue for this game. But I think after that there'll be some tweaks, and I don't think you get much of a drop off at the minute. Solomon and James are so in form; it would feel like a drop off. Bringing maybe a non-away and Ramazani, which sounds crazy, but I think because of their level at the minute currently, it might feel like that. But in terms of what you get, in general, their attributes and the star quality that the two off the bench would bring, there's not much of a drop off there. But yeah, it certainly has never had in the Championship, even with Norwich, had this much quality to play with, and it's up to him to get the best out of him. It really is. There's no denying it. Has he been using Schmidt wisely? Are we going to see an absolute baller in second half of the season? I tell you what, if he has, it's a masterstroke, and that's definitely something that's in the back of my head. I feel like he's been building his minutes up. I've never heard once of Schmidt kicking off any Astley training pitch off the field. I've never heard any dramas. There's a lot of people not getting minutes. Bamford, Geldart. There's a lot of people. There were last year, but we heard about stuff, didn't we? With Cresswell not happy, his dad speaking in press. There were a lot of stuff, whereas this season, I haven't really heard no, and there is some players not getting many minutes at the minute. Guilavogi is another one, rarely plays, but when he does, he's happy with his role. Really lucky, really, that I feel like we've got a really good group, good quality, but a really good group of men and blokes, and just humble players, which obviously helps Farker in juggling that those egos, which there's always egos in a football team. But I think we've got a good mix of gentlemen in there, which they don't need to be gentlemen on Boxing Day. Did you look up, kid? I did, Andy. I messaged him today, mate. I did, pal. Yeah. Say he doesn't do many videos like this. He does vlogs and does a lot of different TikToks and stuff. Not really Leeds related. He's done a few recently. I don't know if this is his sort of scene or his bag, but I've reached out to him and he has replied today. So just sort of make that contact first, see what he's like as a human, whether we click, and then if he wants to come on, he's always welcome if we get on, mate. So yeah, I have Andy. I've messaged him. Thanks for that, Paul. Richard, are they travelling down tomorrow evening and staying somewhere in the Midlands tomorrow night? I don't understand why we are doing that, given it's an 8 p.m. Yeah, that's what I mean, mate. I don't understand it either. But yeah, they are, Richard. I think they've got the morning with the families, early afternoon, going to Thorpe Arch, a bit of video work, a little bit of training, and then they travel down to Stoke, mate. Yeah, on Christmas Day. Like I say, I understand it's a serious game. We want them to go win. Does it affect us if honestly, I look at it a different way. I just think they should have been out of Christmas, but a lot of people might slate me for that. Should be out of Christmas for your families, especially if it's an 8 o'clock Boxing Day kick-off. Do you know what I mean? 8 p.m. But Farker's doing it right. A lot of people look at that and go, he's doing it right. We need to get 3 points. That's more important than all. They get paid enough money, go play football, which I understand. But yeah, I think when it's 8 o'clock, I was surprised when he said it. I remember watching press conference, thinking, bloody hell, it sounds brutal. They've got to travel down, after Christmas Day gone, but a lot of people agree it's the right way to do it. So we'll see if it's had any impact. For me, it should fire them up. It should fire them up that that's got a Stoke on Christmas Day. I mean, who would want to do that? People from Stoke probably don't want to be there on Christmas Day. Sorry, Stoke, if you're watching. Any Stoke fans, sure you're not bothered about me talking though. I see it being a tight game for me. Don't know why. Just do. It could be, mate. It all comes down to how we played. And if we play it to the best of our abilities, it won't be a tight game. If we play to the best of our abilities, it will not be a tight game. It's only a tight game if we drop our levels and away from home against these sides who don't have nowhere near as much quality as us. We drop us levels and it becomes quite an even match. We have a lot of ball. They match us physically. They match our quality with their physicality, and it sort of levels out to more of a level playing field. You know what I mean? They're at home, we're away. It levels out, like I say, and when it levels out like that, and you're not putting away your big chances, which we have missed. We saw it at Preston, missed some big chances. You're always going to struggle. That first goal is vital. If Stoke score first, I'll be worried. If they score in opening half, in first half, I'll be very worried. If we go in 1-0 down at half time, because we see it all the time, don't we? Away from home, minute Farker don't change much until 70th minute, so you're praying on a Christmas miracle at that point. We need to take care of our own business, not worry about everyone else's. Yeah, I'm saying, because that's how I see it, mate. Say I'll always have a look at table. I'll check over results and. I'm a bit of a sicko. Like, I know a lot of people look at Sunderland's results, Burnley's results, and Sheffield's results. Go, I hope they all lose. Obviously, it's better for Leeds if they do, but I quite like the challenge. I quite like how, we win or we drop points or whatever, and we look round and they've done the same or they've won. And I quite like the battle. I want to see what my side's made of. I want to see what my manager's made of. I don't want it to be easy. I don't want to stroll to over 100 points and win league by 20 points. I don't. I want some jeopardy in it. I want to go to games and feel nervous. It's why I'm into football. It's why I'm into sport. It's why I love Leeds, probably because we've been through more lows than highs. I quite enjoy the jeopardy of it. I don't like foregone conclusions in life. I want there to be something to play for. So, yeah, I want Leeds to be front and centre. I want Leeds to win league. I want us to create a gap. I do. But I also want these teams to rival us and challenge us and make it an exciting. I don't want Leeds to win a piss poor league. I want Leeds to win a league, being the best side with tough competition, if I'm honest. I really do. Like last year, Leicester won that. Yeah, they had Premier League players and that, but they won a really, really tough division. Leeds, Southampton, Ipswich out of nowhere doing what they did last year, and Leicester won that. And you can be proud of that when you look. They cheated. We've got all that. Don't get me wrong, but like to win a league that's difficult is better than winning a league that's poor. I do think this is a touch less quality in this league than there were last year. Some people disagree. It's close for me, but yeah, I do. And because I'm good friends with Wayne from Only Fools and SAFC, I kind of want Sunderland to keep doing all right. I don't want them to fall away. I'd rather a Burnley or Sheffield United fall away. But yeah, like I say, I like a bit of jeopardy. I like to go to an Ellen Road, even though we win every game, and I think we won't get beat Ellen Road the rest of the season. That's my prediction for that. But I like to go and, get butterflies and feel a bit nervous for games. It happens most away games, to be fair. Harry Burns, I hope you well, pal. Have a good Xmas, Matty, pal, to you and your family. Thanks so much, Harry. You too, mate. I hope you've got some loved ones to share it with, pal, and I hope you make good memories tomorrow, buddy. Easy. When we play away, I've noticed we pass it amongst our centre-backs in some misguided attempt to draw their position out. It doesn't work. Never will. We really need to get the ball to our forwards. Yeah, we do, mate. There were a lot of stages last season, when we played at home. When we had growing Ampadu, where in Centre Park, and we passed it sideways. It doesn't happen that much at Ellen Road now. Like, I don't really get that feeling from sitting in the stadium like I did last year. Loads of moans and groans. It's like last year's home performances where it were really passive and really slow. That's how we're playing away from home. It's just tempo. We've still got all the ball. No different in terms of how much possession we've got. We're still probing. But when you take that sharpness away from that forward pass, when you take that tempo down a notch or two, we become average on the eye, if I'm honest. The eye test, we still look good with the ball. It's great to dominate possession. That's how he wants to play. But just by dropping tempo, we look so lethargic, so compared to what it is when we just speed it up a little bit. It's bang on, mate. Like, the centre-backs have a lot more at ball away from home, and they do hold it a lot longer. I think Ampadu does that a lot as a general player. We saw that lows last season. I think we saw in the Oxford game with having Tanaka and Rothwell with him, which is a first. Is a new thing for him. He didn't play with them guys. They came in when he got injured. I think you could see he were really happy to give them the ball and let them do the progressive passes and movements, and that's going to work wonders if they end up in a 3 midfield, or if. Touch what he done. If Ampadu ends up having to play centre half for one reason or another, it's going to be great to have them all on the field at the same time. But I agree with that, mate. I do feel like we hold the ball a little longer. You know what it is? It's bravery. We're not as brave away from home. We're not as brave, and that's where they need to just say all the time, we're Leeds United, but you've got no God-given right to win a football game. You haven't. But when you pull that shirt on, you pull that shirt on, you pull that badge on your chest, you've got to be brave. Got to be brave to play for Leeds United. You can't wilt under pressure. And I want to see brave performances on Boxing Day. I do. Sorry, Mr. Starr, watch it, but no, it's fine. Ali. This was it's not even like I said it on a while ago. I said it 15 minutes before I came on. It was a last minute sort of thing. I wanted to do one. Got all presents out. Did Santa's job for him, and yeah, just thought I'd jump on before bed. So don't worry about it, mate. But thank you, Richard Woodford. Merry Christmas, mate. Leeds can beat Stoke 3. I hope so, Richard. They definitely can. They definitely can, mate. Be lovely. That wouldn't be a lovely Christmas present for us. Just saw a girl that being linked with Wrexham, which is probably more realistic than Bamford. Yeah, Richard, I've seen that too. Don't know how true it is. It's hard because I want them both to move on. I want them both to go on and, have good. I want Bamford to end his career well somewhere. Go enjoy your football. Go play some football. I want Joffrey to go and either show us what we've lost, show us what we're missing, or go out on loan and show us what we've still got on his books. Wrexham be a great move for Geldart. What a place to go. What an exciting project to go to. They're in League One, but the jostling those top positions, everything that's at Wrexham. I'm sure a lot of us have seen documentary and, Ryan Reynolds and stuff, and it'd be a mint place to go for someone like Joffrey. I think he scored goals in League One. Like I say, you're testing yourself at the top of a division, going for promotion. So I'd love that move for Joffrey, I won't lie. And if I'm honest, if it's concrete, I don't think he'd turn his nose up at that. I really don't. I know you're dropping down a whole division, but it's the top end of that division with a chance of, winning a trophy, winning a medal, maybe earning a contract at Wrexham, which in Championship, if you were at Wrexham, not a bad move for someone like Joffrey. Sometimes you've got to go back a step, haven't you? Look at your Leif Davises, look at your Jack Clark. Sometimes you've got to take a step back to, go forward. So I'd love that move for him. I think it'd be a better move for Joffrey than it would Bamford, to be fair. Travelling down early could get them relaxed. Yeah, it could do. Yeah, it could do. Like I say, there's no right or wrong way in this. It seems bad to me having to cut your Christmas short to go away to Stoke, but the footballers are used to it. They'll probably do it every Christmas, every season. 8 o'clock kickoff time on Boxing Day. There'll be some Boxing Days will kick off earlier than that. There'll be sometimes it's at home, so they don't have to travel. But a lot of these players will have done something similar already. I would suppose, not having to rush. Yeah, 100%, mate. And that's what Farke will be thinking. Like I say, he's really, really pragmatic, Farke, and he wants to control games. I'm sure he wants to control every minute, every situation in the preparation up to lead up to a game. So, yeah, there's no right or wrong way, I guess. Just my preferences. It'd be nice if they didn't have to, with it being such a late kickoff, but I understand why they do it. Review used to take place to Harrogate before home games on a Friday. Oh, did he, mate? Didn't know that. Harrogate. Richard says, I think given the time of year, it could work or not work. Sometimes you can overthink things and it could backfire. Yeah, you can, mate. You can see a lot with some managers, can't you? Overthink things a lot of time, and sometimes the simple way is the most effective way. And I guarantee you one thing, Stoke won't be overthinking it. Stoke will just be doing the simple things, hopefully very poorly. But if they do the simple things right, with a lower level of quality in their side, they could make, be a difficult opposition for us. But I hope not. We should absolutely wipe flow from everything I've heard from Stoke's side. Honestly, they're expecting an absolute battering on Boxing Day. Weak link in 3 teams at the top is a goalie, Cooper Trafford at 5. Yeah, 100%, mate. I couldn't agree more, Tony. I couldn't agree more. When you look at the personal stats of the goalkeepers, it's a landslide between us and those top sides. When you add into our away form, when you add in our goalkeepers' stats, there's a couple of stats there. You know what I mean? Where you're looking, we're way down the table. I mean, you look at Sheffield United home and away; they're in that top 4. The goalkeepers in that top, I think they're in that top 2. Burnley, they're in that top 4 for home and away form. The goalkeepers consistently in that top 4. Then you've got Leeds, impeccable at home, like top 1%, top side at home, untouchable. Away from home, languishing down in 8th on form, and the goalkeeper, Melier's personal stats are nowhere near what I think last time I saw him a couple of weeks ago, he was in 16th place for his personal stats. And yeah, that could be a difference in 6-9 points, couldn't it? Which would put us top. That's just been plucking some numbers out of air. But yeah, I definitely think there's some slight differences between us and the sides around us, and I can't argue, mate. The goalkeeper's definitely one. I mean, Trafford, when Burnley come to Elland Road, was absolutely fantastic. What a great young goalkeeper they've got in their hands there. I thought it was fantastic at Elland Road, their man at match in that 1-0 defeat we got against them. So I can't disagree with that point at all, Tony. Different area, Danny, in fairness, yeah. Richard, I think Derby will be a lot better at home, so I'm more worried about them than Stoke. Oh, really? Derby should be better at home than they were at Ellen Road, Richard. But I'm just really confident. We've obviously seen Derby. That I'd be more surprised if we drop points at Derby than I would Stoke. Even though Stoke they're just notoriously it's just a tricky place to go in it. But based on everything we know currently now, we should be beating Stoke, and because we know what Derby are like, we should definitely be beating Derby too. I mean, I'd be devastated if we go away at Derby and don't put them to the sword after seeing what we've just seen a few weeks back. They were really, really bad. Really didn't offer nothing. Stoke is a test, and an early goal is everything. Yeah, 100%, mate. That first goal, if Stoke get it, we're all going to think, here we go again, aren't we, pal? Tempo is everything, so they can not get set before we all are all over any team. Yeah, it really is. For this team, it is everything. It really is everything. Some teams prefer slow build-up. Leeds United, that they're the way we wipe the floor with teams at home, or when we, tend to put 3-4 past teams home or away, wherever it is, it's always down to us tempo of us play. Always, it's just night and day from when we speed things up to slow things down. The same players, the same patch of grass, drop the pace by, a couple of gears, and it's night and day, mate. It is totally night and day. Sometimes you've got to credit the opposition in the way they set up, and they really, make things difficult for us, and we can't get into his rhythm. Sometimes that is down to the opposition as well. It's not always just Leeds that turned up. The opposition can do stuff, can put little triggers in place to ensure that we're not as fluid on ball, and that movement and tempo that we try to dictate, because we know that's the best part of our game, and that tends to be our main threat. Really, we play that way. We're untouchable, and when we get momentum, it just builds and builds. It's so hard to slow down with such a quick side. It's everything, mate, and we really need to get that transition to away games for me, because at home it's just formidable, mate. Need to impose ourselves early to get the result. Yeah, don't want us to come out and be too passive. I just want us to go for juggler. I just want them to go put the game to bed, and then they can slow it down, drop the tempo, and knock it around like we like to do. And we just need to go grab that first goal. And yeah, because I think these will wilt. I think one goal and their heads go down. Like I say, the manager's out the door after this for me, unless they pull off something. If they can manage a draw, I don't expect us to lose this game 100%. I'm tipping a 2-0 win for us, but you never know. You never know. We've seen it happen, haven't we? Too many times this season. Even if it's a draw, that'll probably keep him in a job. But I'm expecting 3 points. I'm expecting a sacking after this game. Ampadu at centre back can be more progressive with the ball, especially if we have lots of it on Thursday night. Yeah, I think Ampadu's a better centre half, mate. It just comes out of Pascal for me. I think Ampadu won't play in defence this season if we've got fully fit Roldan and Strauch. It's the one position and it really don't rotate in, so it just comes down whether Strauch's fit. There will be times this season where Strauch isn't fit, but then you've got Voba, depending if he's fit in certain games. I don't think he's fit for this one, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I can't wait to see the dynamic of Ampadu, Rothwell and Tanaka playing more game time together, whether Ampadu's at centre half or somehow he gets that midfield free or however he does it. I'm really excited to see how it goes, because I thought it would brilliant against Oxford, but it was only Oxford, so I don't want to get too carried away with that. Bamford needs a chance. If I'm honest, Tony, everyone's entitled to their opinions, mate, and I appreciate that. I aren't too sure with Bamford, mate. I'm really not. I can't go back on my word. I sort of don't see Bamford having a sniff unless we have, an injury to 1 or 2. I just think if it's Bamford from a couple of years ago, I can see your point. I just don't think he's got legs no more. In the scarce moments we've seen, in the scarce minutes we've seen, in the last 12 months, I just don't think he's got it in legs anymore. And when he comes on, he makes himself a nuisance. I like that. That's one part of Bamford's game I like. I like that he's a shithouse. He is a proper shithouse. He puts himself about. But yeah, I don't know, mate. He seems to do more bloody bad than good when he comes on. I want him to move on, mate. I want him to move on and resurrect his career somewhere else. He comes on and he misses a sitter, just leaves another bad taste. He gets more stick. It's just a roundabout of him. It's just a constant cycle of he's out of the side. The strikers aren't doing it. Everyone sort of forgets, when Bamford went in, he wasn't doing it, and now we want him back. And you bring him back in, and then you remember, that's why he wasn't playing again. Then he's out, and then you want him back. I just think he just needs to move on now, go play football somewhere else. I do think the the combination of Joseph and Pinot works. I think people are looking at that as a problem now because there isn't one man grabbing that number 9 shirt and taking it. But as a combination, it works. Honestly, I promise you now, if Joseph starts a decent run of games and Pirro comes on at 70th minute, we won't be talking about as strikers for me. We won't. We might be saying one of them's not doing it, but guaranteed the other one will be. He just needs to stick with that now. He keeps chopping and changing. A couple of games for Pirro, a couple of games for Joseph. For me, start Joseph, home and away. Just start Joseph. Let Pirro come on for last. I'd make maybe 65th minute rather than 70th. Let him go on for 25 minutes. That combination works. It's just, for me, it just does. I can't go against that. Evening, forgot about Geldat in the current squad. Never had much of a chance in the first 11, but might be better for him to leave. Yeah, Danny, I think so, mate. I think it's not fair, is it? He just don't get no minutes. He's a young lad. He never kicked up a fuss. His talent there, we've seen it. I once said he'd play for England, how wild that seems now, going back about 3 years. Thought he'd be an England player in the future. I thought he was absolutely mint, that when he scored that win against Norwich and when Bielsa were playing him, coming off a bench, I absolutely loved him. Just goes to show you what can happen when you're just not playing football. He's in limbo, isn't he, where he's not playing big men football and he's not in under 23s and he's just a bench player, not getting no minutes. It's just he needs to go resurrect his career somewhere, and fair play to him. Carlos Corberan's going back to Spain, not good for Leeds United as West Brom. Albion playing Sheffield. Yeah, it's not, but sometimes it can galvanise you, can't it? Losing your manager. They haven't lost him down to poor form. He's gone on to bigger and better things, and fair play to Carlos. I think it's a great move for him. Be interested to see how they go now. He's a bit of a draw specialist. He's very pragmatic. We'd know about in football if we had Carlos Corberan at Leeds, that's for sure. But fair play to him. He's a Bielsa disciple. He were there with us that first year under Marcelo. A lot of us have that romantic feeling towards him that we'd like him to manage Leeds one day. And who knows, if he goes to Valencia and does well, there's always an option there in future. But yeah, good luck to Carlos out there, Fergal. Richard, if it was a 3 p.m. kickoff, I wouldn't have had a problem. But 8 p.m. means they have a lot of time to kill, which might not suit some players. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. You may have mentioned Carlos that I joined late. No, I hadn't, mate. No, I hadn't. Appreciate you bringing that up, actually, mate. No, it's a good thing to discuss that. Thursday games is no different to a normal midweek fixture. However, it's following all other games on this occasion. Yeah, it's just another midweek game, but we're being around Christmas, Danny. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's a midweek game under the lights away at Stoke, but day after Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to play a factor. We'll have to see, won't we? It's hard to say. I don't know, but I know I'd rather be at home with my family than playing up football away at Stoke. But they are on good money. They're professionals. They need to go do the business. No excuses for this one. No excuses. We've got a decent squad in terms of fitness. There aren't many injuries there. Everyone's vying for the shirt. We've got competition up front, competition on wings. Ampanu's back now, competition in midfield. Wing backs, yeah, you look at full back. Sorry, you look at that Firpo, Vobert are out. Byram's absolutely banging on that left. You want him to push to keep that shirt when Firpo and Vobert are back, or if one of them comes back in, you want him to play that well that he's challenging for Bogle's shirt. So there's competition all over the pitch. So I'm really excited for these next 4 games. I want to see what my side's made of. I want to see what lads can do. 3 away games in 4. We've been crap away from home. Everyone's stressed about it. Everyone's worried about that away form. Not in general. You might think, yeah, we're fine. I think we'll go up. I think we'll be absolutely fine. The away form's, has dipped. Let's go do it. 3 games now. You turn it all around now. Can't you go into New Year on an absolute belting start of a good run now? Corberan has got a real opportunity. He could be great at Valencia. That's the first thing he will do is make them hard to beat. It's what they need if he gets a mid-table. Yeah, 100%, mate. I don't know where they're at league, but I know they're struggling, not having a good season. And that's the thing with Corberan, isn't it? First of all, he'll make them defensively sound. He'll turn those losses into draws, and then it's just that little bit of his game. Then maybe it's just a quality being at West Brom. They don't spend money. He needs to then just change some of them draws to wins, and he's nailed it. But yeah, in terms of, he's really good at taking a side who'll leak goals and really make him resolute. We saw it at Huddersfield. He's done it at West Brom. He does a lot of things on a shoestring, and I think he'll have that at Valencia at the start. But yeah, I think he'll do good things, mate. I really do, and it's nice for him to get some recognition and get a move to a big side, Valencia, a big side. I've been in Europe a lot of times, and I'm really happy for him. I wish him all the best. and they still think he should have given Christmas off and then drove down Boxing Day just because tactics on the bus. Yeah, that's what I would do, mate. That's what I would have done. But like I say, I don't get paid the big bucks and I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I would have done that. It could have a negative effect on players, couldn't it? But I do also think everyone will do this. You know, everybody will do this. So maybe it's not as big a deal as what I sort of think it is. But when I heard him say in press conference, I was like, whoa, really? I'm a bit blagged. Like, really? You're taking away from the family on Christmas to drive that store when they don't play till 8 o'clock following day? But it's probably something they do all the time. Maybe it's just not really common knowledge like it is this game. Leeds' biggest test in 5 games in 2 weeks and against teams that will be up for at home and a tricky game against Blackburn. Yeah, it's the Blackburn one. You know, I was stewing on that a while, and I was like, that could be like Middlesbrough. You know, obviously we beat Middlesbrough comfortably in the end, but you know, when you're looking, I always talk about jeopardy. You know, I want to go to a game and not know what's going to happen. That Blackburn might bring a bit of that. I feel like that loss at the weekend is sort of stunned their great run they were on. I mean, if they'd have kept on winning, then we played them, and they'd instead of being 5 on bounce, they got up to 8 or 9 on bounce. I would be worried. I kind of think because it's at home, a little bit of revenge. On the other hand, to go against that point, John Eustace is beating 3 times out of 3, aren't he? So it's going to be a game, is that, mate, where I'm going to go a game and there's going to be a little bit of jeopardy in that one. And obviously the other ones are away from home. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do. But on paper, I know it's not one on paper, but you look at the sides, Stoke, Derby, Blackburn, Hull, need to be winning them, don't we? You know, you might drop points on one of them, you might draw one of them. But, you know, you've got to be looking at 11 points, haven't you? No, 10 points out of 12 minimum. Got to be 10 points out of 12 there. And then if that is the case, then we're laughing, aren't we? Bamford plays against Harrogate. Harrogate scores Wilding, gets back at him. No, he probably does play against Harrogate. He probably does start against Harrogate. If he doesn't, then that's wild. But yeah, I would say so. Team for Thursday. Tony says Mez, Bogle, Rodon, Ampadu, Byram, Tanaka, Rothwell, Solomon, Nonto, James, Joseph. Oh, I like that. You've gone Nonto in the 10. I like that. If you watch this show regular, Tony, which I think you do, you know I'd love to see a winger in the 10. I don't like saying the wingers. They're just forward players, and they're definitely playing 10, some of these wingers. I'd love him to give that a go, mate. I'd love him to do that. You know, it's a game where it's going to be tight, potentially. I'd love that. I'd love to see Nonto. He's not in form at the minute, so for me, I think he'll be on bench, and I think he sticks with Aronson. I think he trusts Aronson and likes Aronson a lot. I do, but I like that. Ampadu, if Strouk's not fit, 100%. But if Strouk is fit, I think they swap place. I don't think Ampadu stays in defence if Strouk's fit, but we won't know that till an hour before kick-off. But yeah, I like that team, mate. I really like the look of Nonto in the 10, or Solomon in 10 and Nonto on the left. But I don't see that happening, but I would have no qualms with that side, Tony. It's pretty much what I'd pick, to be honest. Andy wrote, it's the anticipation of the next 5 games, 5 matches, but you know there's going to be a grenade lobbed in the mix. Yeah, we never do what we easy, do we? You know, you see a lot of YouTubers like Joe does it quite a bit on his channel, and I love watching videos. You know, we do like a predictor table for the next cluster of games or the next month. But it's always difficult, isn't it? Because it's just, I mean, how many people, I don't gamble, I don't bet, but how many people put bets on with accumulators and you can look at it and go, I've won that. Like, you won't. Like, the odds just, you can have 3 or 4 bankers, you know, you look at it and you go, yeah, well, it just never happens. So I fully get that, what you're saying there, Andy. You know, they look all right with them matches, but Leeds being Leeds, and there's always a, you know, like I say, a grenade lobbed into it makes 100%. So, and could it be Stoke? It could well be. It could well be. The manager's on brink. They're playing poorly. They haven't won in however many weeks. They haven't won since 6th of November. All the ingredients are there, out there for a Leedsy result. But I hope not. Now, a very important question. I presume that your boys have been very good for Santa and are getting lots of Christmas presents. Fergal, yes. They're a handful, but they're absolutely mint and they deserve the world. And me and my wife try and give it to them. So, yeah, they're going to be very happy in the morning, I think. My son Jonah, who's got autism, he's the twins, obviously, as you probably know. We didn't wrap his presents last year because he's never been interested. He doesn't really understand the concept. I don't think too much of Christmas. This year is really sort of got to grips with it a little bit and sort of understands Santa's coming, and we've been opening his calendar in the morning. And we've wrapped his presents this year. We did a Christmas Eve box with him earlier, which he sort of took part in. Had his ear defenders on and his tablet, and in and out of wanting to join in. But it'd be interesting to see. I'm a bit anxious to see if he opens his presents tomorrow, because like all week, you just want them all to enjoy it. You want them all, I don't want him to feel stressed in the morning or anxious, because there's a lot of presents about, and so when he comes down in the morning, it's not going to be as it usually is when he walks in. So I'm a bit anxious to see how he takes it. Hopefully, he's happy in the morning. He's got plenty of stuff that he'll be happy with, whether we've got to open his presents or not. But yeah, my other one, Theo's going to be absolutely buzzing, and my stepdaughter Brooke, she's going to be buzzing too, but she's all money and makeup now. She's that age. But yeah, to answer your question, mate, they've all been good. They all deserve the world, and we try to give him it like I'm sure everybody does. But we'll see. We'll see how the morning goes. It'll be carnage. I've got batteries ready. I've got screwdrivers ready. I've got bin bags ready. There's no rest for wicked, is there? You know what we like at Christmas. Team for Thursday: Mez, Bogle, Rodon, Amps. You're all going Ampadu. Voba, if he's fit, could definitely be in. Rothwell, Tanaka, Solomon, DJ, Aronson, and Joseph. Yeah, it's not a bad side either, mate. Be interesting to see if Voba's in there. Because I think if Voba's fit, he probably comes in for Byram, although I love Byram. I think Joseph up front as well, mate. I do. My two nephews are all there. Yeah, they are, mate. They are. Obviously, massive differences, massive spectrum, isn't they? And he's absolutely mint, mate. I just hope he isn't too anxious tomorrow. I hope he can have a bit of fun and enjoy enjoy that moment in the morning with us. So I'm sure he will. Like I say, we might just have to open presents with him or for him, like we have done the last couple of years. But yeah, I can't wait for it. I hope everyone has got some good plans for tomorrow. 2 hours and he's on his way, isn't he? 2 hours he'll be here. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night at that, I think. I didn't expect many people to be on here. I've got 25 live here, which is massive for me, sat here on my own, so I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm just a lad doing his best, hoping to come across well. And I'm loving my community. I'm loving everyone who's always in chat. You're always so supportive. I used to do pre-records, but now I just want to do lives all the time, because it's just mint getting crack off you guys as well. Really is. Mother-in-law's for dinner, no washing up. No cooking or washing up. You're laughing there, Danny. Say I'm going to our lass's friends. They've got a couple of young kids as well, so I'll be entertaining kids. But I'll probably put my hand up to do washing up. I aren't too bothered. It is what it is. I'm surprised Piddo gone cold on the scoring touch, but Joseph to see. Yeah, I think I'm there with you now, Andy. I'm there with you. It's sort of dried up a little bit, hasn't it, for Piddo? But I tell you what, if Joseph starts, mate, I guarantee you Piddo will come off and get a goal tomorrow. He just works wonders, does that? It just works wonders. And I think that's what we should go back to. And we'll see how it goes. Danny, have a good Christmas, everyone. Yeah, Danny, you too, mate. I wish you all the best, pal. I wish you all the best. Doing a great job, mate. Thanks, Heiner, mate. Really appreciate you checking in, mate. Thank you. They're here, Boxing Day, though. Ooh, so you've got a bit of tidying up to do on Boxing Day. Right, anyway, I'm going to call it a night of that. Thank you so much for everyone in chat for being here. Much appreciated. Merry Christmas. Wish you all the best. Enjoy your day tomorrow. And we're back with a preview, final pint, all those shenanigans after the Boxing Day game. Hopefully 3 points, 2-0 win. Duncan, cheers, mate, lad. Merry Christmas, everybody. And there's to 3 points on Boxing Day. Yeah, 100%. Our daughter's house for Christmas and the 7 of the grandkids. I hope you enjoy, Tony. Everyone have a really good day. Love you all. Thank you so much. Cheers, Danny. Cheers, Tony. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.